Hey, what's up guys, my name is Pavinder from PNP Tutorials, and in this video I am going to talk about all the techniques that you can use for cracking the WPA2 Wi-Fi passwords. As you guys already know that if we want to crack the WPA2 Wi-Fi router, first we will have to capture the handshake and then we will have to figure out the possible ways to crack the password. You will also see how the fluxion tool and fake access point attack works. You will see how we can capture the handshake, and you would also see how we can use the aircrack-ng to crack the password. And let's say if you want to make this password cracking faster, then you would also see that. The only thing you need to remember, this video is created for the educational use. We are using our own routers and devices for the demonstration purposes. We are not hacking or harming anyone while making this video. So I would request you to perform all the steps in a lab setup environment only. Before you continue with the video, I want to tell you one thing, and that thing is I am using TP-Link AC600 dual band USB Wi-Fi adapter along with Kali Linux 2024.2. This is the setup you need to follow in order to do the same thing that I'm doing in the videos. Now let's head over to the video. In this video, we are going to talk about how we can crack the password of WPS Wi-Fi routers. What is going on guys, my name is Parvinder from PNP Tutorials and you are watching the PNP Tutorials channel, and in this tutorial I am going to tell you that how you can hack the WPA2 routers with the WPS. So if you have the WPA routers with the WPS enable, then just disable that feature, that is the WPS, and WPS stand for the Wi-Fi protected setup. So what that feature allows you to do is when you will press WPS button, then you will be able to connect to your router without any password. This feature is quite vulnerable. Since we know that it is vulnerable, so we are going to make the use of this feature and hack into the Wi-Fi's. Okay, so I have also a router which has the WPS enable feature, and I will show you that how you can hack into that Wi-Fi router. And after that, once we have hacked our Wi-Fi router, then we will try to secure our router so that someone could not hack into our Wi-Fi router. For hacking the Wi-Fi router, all you need is the Linux operating system and the compatible Wi-Fi adapter. So I have installed the Kali Linux operating system into my laptop, and my laptop has the compatible Wi-Fi adapter which can go into the monitor mode and hack the Wi-Fi routers. Okay, so I will open up my terminal and then I will install a tool called WIFITE. Since I have already installed that tool, so I'm not gonna do it again, but you have to enter this command and then further proceed. Okay, now I have installed that tool, so I wanna open up my tool and then I will hit enter, and they can see now it is enabling the monitor mode, and the monitor mode has been enabled, and these are the Wi-Fi routers which are present around us. They can see the encryption is WPA, WPA2 and WPA2 and so on. They can see there is a router that is youtube.com/pnptutorials. You cannot see the whole SSID here, but its encryption is WPA2 and the WPS is available there. They can see the WPS is in the green color. So after that you need to press the Ctrl+C and then enter your Wi-Fi router name. So I am going to hack my own Wi-Fi router for the demonstration, and now I will enter the 2 here because my Wi-Fi router ESSID number is 2. So I will hit enter, and now they can see it is running the Pixie attack, and it will take some time to hack into that router. And they can see guys, I have hacked into my router. WPS pin is this. WPA key is hi, my name is Slim Shady. So this router has been hacked. Now how do we gonna secure a router from hacking? Okay, so I have rebooted my system and now it's time to secure a router. So for that, what you need to do is you need to configure your Wi-Fi router. Okay, so I am going to plug in my Ethernet cable which is coming out from the router. So I have connected to my router with the LAN cable, and they can see the LAN cable symbol right here. Now what I am going to do is I will open up my browser and then I will go to my default gateway. But before we further proceed, we need to know the gateway of a router. So for that there is a command, and the gateway is 192.168.1.1. Now I will browse on this IP address. Now the username will be default admin or the user or the administrator. You can check out your default username and the password from the Google by entering your router's model number, and by default the password will be the password and the admin if you haven't changed that password. I have changed my password, so I am going to enter my one, and I will click on OK, and they can see this is my router configuration page. Now what I am going to do is I will look for the WPS option. Now I will go to the advanced setting, and then I will go to the advanced setup. You may have the different GUI, so you need to just look for the disable routers pin. Okay, so I have got this thing, disable routers pin. Now I will click on this check button, and they can see disable routers pin. Now it has been disabled, and now I will click on the apply, and once I will do that, then there will be no one who can hack my particular router. So let me show you the demonstration that now I cannot hack into my router. So for that I will again open up a tool called WIFITE, and now it is again enabling the monitor mode, and now I will not be able to get the internet connectivity. Okay, so I will press the Ctrl C, and then I will enter up my third number, which is my own Wi-Fi router. I will hit enter, and this time it will again try to hack the Wi-Fi router, but this time it does not able to get that password, just because we have changed those setting into the Wi-Fi configuration page. So this is how we can prevent our routers from hacking. So if you have the WPA with the WPS routers, then just change its settings, and if you haven't changed yet, then just change them, because they are very vulnerable and it may happen that somebody could already hack into your Wi-Fi router. So I will recommend you to change the password with change of settings and then further proceed. So for hacking the WPA2 Wi-Fi routers, either you can go with the WPS Pixie attack, which you have seen in the previous video, or you need to go with the brute force attack. However, there are several ways to hack the WPA2 Wi-Fi routers. There are some specific tools created for hacking the WPA2 Wi-Fi routers, and they are Fluxion, Wi-Fi-Phisher and linset. These are the tools which I will be elaborating in the upcoming videos, but for now I am going to tell you that how you can hack WPA2 Wi-Fi routers by capturing the handshake. Okay guys, so this is also known as the four-way handshake. During handshake, what happens is when a client try to connect to the Wi-Fi, and credential information is stored into the handshake file, but that handshake file is in the encrypted form and it is into the hash form, so we cannot directly crack that handshake file. We have to apply some methods, and for that we are going to make the use of brute force attack or maybe the dictionary attack. And let's see how we can capture the handshake. Okay, so let's open up our terminal and see the available list, and you can see guys, WN0mon is already enabled, and we have enabled this in the previous video. Okay, so what I will do is I will make the search via aircrack-ng command, WN0mon, and I will see the available Wi-Fi networks around me, and there we go guys, we have got 3 or maybe the 4 Wi-Fi networks around me. Now what I will do is I will simply try to hack this movie router. So for hacking this router, what I will do is I will try to get the complete information. So for getting the complete information, you know that command which we are going to use, and that command is aerodump-ng, and I want the complete information about this BSS ID, and the BSS ID is 2C:30. So simply copy this BSS ID. Its channel is 11. So simply give the channel over here. Now we need to write all the data into a file called handshake-movie, and let me specify my monitor mode interface, and the monitor mode interface name is WN0mon. Now what I will do is I will simply hit enter, and what this command will gonna do is it will capture the data packets sent by the router over this channel into the file called handshake movie. Okay, so let's hit enter, and there we go guys. Now they can see guys, we have 3 clients connected to this Wi-Fi router. I will try to deauthenticate one of this client, because this is the only reason we can let the client reconnect to the Wi-Fi, and that's what we want, because Once it will exchange the credential with the router, we will capture those packets into the file called handshake. Now what I will do is I'll try to disconnect one of the client connected to this router. So for that we have made the use of aircrack-ng command, and we will gonna deauth and we will send 4 packets, or you can send 8 as well. So let me go with the 8. Now what I will do is I'll simply specify my access point. So there is my access point MAC address. Let me copy this. And now I will specify the client connected to it, and the client connected to this access point are these 4. So let me disconnect this one, the last client. Okay, now I have set the access point, I have set the client. Now we need to specify the monitor mode interface, and the monitor mode interface is WN0mon. Hit enter. Now when you will do this, you can see guys, it has tried to disassociate F4, but the packets was not enough, so it is not able to disassociate the F4. So let's try to go with the 32 packets and see if it will be able to disassociate it or not. Now you can see guys, it is trying to disassociate the F4 again. And you can see guys, we have got the WPA handshake over here, and this is what we wanted to achieve. Okay guys, so we have got the WPA handshake. Now we can use this handshake for hacking the WPA Wi-Fi password. Let me show you the handshake file. Do the ls here. This is the handshake file, that is handshake movie01.cap. For cracking this handshake file, you required a word list. You can search on Google and you can download the word list file as well. So this is how we can capture the handshake when the clients are connected to the Wi-Fi router. Now in this tutorial I am going to tell you that how you can create your own word list, because for hacking the WPA2 Wi-Fi password with the brute force attack, you only requires the 2 things. First one is the handshake, which we have just captured in the previous tutorial, and second one is the word list. We should know how to create a word list. So for creating the word list, all you need to do is to just watch this tutorial. Now in this tutorial I am going to make the use of a tool called Crunch, and that Crunch tool is pre-installed into the Kali Linux 2016.2, and that Crunch tool is used for creating the word list. So how to create a word list with the Crunch tool? Let's do it. First of all, we will type in a command called Crunch. Now we need to specify the minimum number of characters in a password. So I want 5, and then I need to specify the maximum number of character in a password, and I want to give it to 7. Now I have to specify characters which it is going to take to create the word list. So let me enter 1 2 3 4 5 A B C. It means it will gonna create the word list of all these characters. Now I will specify -o, it means output, and I wanted to write this file into the basic word list. The minimum length of password will be 5 and the maximum length of the password will be 7, and they will be returned to the basic word list file. So hit enter. So it is going to create the 23 lakh password with this command, and they can see guys, in just few seconds it has created that particular word list. Do the ls here. Now we are going to see the content of basic word list. So let's type in here cat basic dash word list, and it is showing every single password which it has created into its file, and they can see guys, this is the word list. Now I will tell you how you can create your own word list with some pattern. So let's say an example, if you have seen someone's password and that password is starting with the A, its length is 7, and it is ending with the B. Okay, so how do we gonna create the word list? So let's type in the command called crunch, and the minimum number is 7 and the maximum number is also 7, and we don't know the characters between the A and B. So 1 2 3 4 5 and then B. So this is going to be the pattern in which we wanted to create the word list, and we have to give some characters by which it will gonna create the word list. Okay, so let me give the A B C D E F G. So these are the characters which will be coming into the wordlist password. It will create all the password which will be starting from the A and ending with the B, and no matter what in between A and B. Now we need to specify the output file with the -o and give it a name as PNP wordlist and hit enter. Now they can see, guys, it is going to create the 16,807 lines and it has created that word list. Now do the ls here, and now let's see the content of the PNP word list. Now they can see, guys, these are all the password and every single password is starting with the A and ending with the B. So this is how we can create the word list into the Kali Linux 2016.2. Now in this tutorial I am going to tell you that how you can create the real world word list. I am going to create the word list with the real world scenario, and I will try to hack the password of the movie router. So what I know about the movie router is its password is 10 digit long and its password is starting with the 8 and it is ending with the 6. So by keeping all these things into my mind, I will try to create a word list. So let's first create the word list using the command called crunch. And minimum amount of characters in a password is 10 and the maximum amount of characters in a password is 10. Now I want it to use every single digit like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now our pattern is our password is starting with the 8. We don't know about the medium characters, so we will put the @ symbol in place of the unknown characters like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We don't know about these 8 characters and our password is ending with the 6. Now let's write this word list into the file called movie word list. Now they can see, guys, it is going to create the 10 crore lines and the size of the word list is going to be 1 GB. That's the huge amount. But these statistics are right about the password. Movie router password is starting with the 8 and it is ending with the 6, and that's truly right. Now what I am doing is I am creating the word list, and after creating the word list I will try to hack this router with the dictionary attack. Okay guys, so now the word list has been created. Now what I am going to do is I am going to tell you the final step of doing the brute force attack onto a WPA router. For this final step, all you need to do is to just type in a command called aircrack-ng. Now we need to specify the name of our handshake file. So let me show you the name of the handshake file. So this is the handshake which we have captured. So I need to specify the handshake file name, and now I will use the -w tag for the word list, and our word list name is movie word list. Okay, simply copy the name of this word list and paste up here. Now I will hit enter. And they can see, guys, now it is saying it is going to take the 13 hours to check the password. Since we are running this attack into the virtual machine, so it will not be able to use your graphic card and all these things, and that's why it is showing us huge amount of time. And that's the reason why brute force attack are not successful, because it requires lots of time. So that's the disadvantage of the brute force attack. But if you know about the password, that how the victim password look like if it is a phone number or if it is a birth date, then you can create the word list. Or if you have the good configuration system like i7 system with the 16 GB RAM, or if you have the graphic card, then you will be able to crack it early than this. But for me it is going to take the 2 days. Okay, I am not going to wait for the 2 days, so I will simply press the Ctrl C, and I know that I cannot hack this Wi-Fi onto my system. However, this is the basic concept of brute force attack. So I just wanted to tell you pros and cons of the brute force attacks. Cons are it is going to take lots of time and it is not guarantee after completing the attack we will be able to get the password or not, and the chance of getting the success is just 2%. So think before using this attack. And that's all I wanted to say about the WPA2 Wi-Fi hacking with the brute force attack. So I hope you guys like this video. So if you guys like this video, then give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Hey, what is going on guys? My name is Parvinder from PNP Tutorials, and I am back with another video tutorial for you guys. Today I am going to tell you that how you can hack the WPA and WPA2 Wi-Fi routers without WPA-Phisher attack and without brute force attack. So we are going to move to the next tool, and that tool is fluxion tool. So this tool is not installed in the Kali Linux, so we have to install this tool explicitly. So for installing that tool, you need to clone a repository, and that repository is just right here. So this link is given in the description area. You can visit over this link, and after that what you need to do is you need to click on clone or downloads, copy the link, and simply open up your terminal and then type in here git clone. So here I am logged in as a root user, so I don't need to put the sudo in front of the command. Alright, so it will gonna take some time since it has to clone around 22 MB of data. Alright, so now it is cloning into the fluxion directory. Alright guys, so now the cloning process has been done, and now we will do the ls here, and they can see guys, fluxion directory has been created. Now we will go inside this directory. Alright, so do the ls here, and we have got some files over here, so we need to run this file. Alright, so this is the installer.sh file, so it will install the fluxion into our Kali Linux 2.0, and it will take some time depending on your internet connection speed. First of all, it will gonna perform the update, upgrade, and all these things. So let me just pause my video till we finish the installation. Alright guys, so now the fluxion has been completely installed, and they can see aircrack-ng has been installed, airdump-ng, dhcp, and all these things. You don't need to do anything, you just need to run that file installer.sh, and once you have run that file, then you will be able to install all these things together. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to do the ls here, and now we will run the fluxion for the very first time. Alright, so how does it gonna work? So first of all, when we will run the fluxion here, then it will send the deauthentication packet to the target router which we wanted to hack, and that target router will disconnect all the clients so that we will be able to capture the handshake. And once we will be able to get the handshake, then we will create a clone of the target AP. Okay, so we will create another AP which will be the clone of the target AP, and somebody will try to connect to that clone AP. Then it will ask the password, and once that victim will enter the password, we will be able to get the password. Okay, so you might be able to find it very complex, but how we gonna do this? Simply run fluxion file, and I will tell you that how it will gonna work. Okay, so now it is running the fluxion for the very first time. Okay, updated successfully, restarting the script to apply the changes. Alright, so now the fluxion is running for the second time, and it's the original repository where you can find the fluxion. So choose your language. First of all, I am going to choose the English, and my interface is going to be the WN0, and now it will enable the monitor mode on it. I wanna search all the channels. Alright, so now it will gonna make the search for the routers around us. So these are the routers which are present around us, and I am going to target the second router, which is the movie. So to stop that search, you need to press the Ctrl C together on that window. So now I am going to enter the one here. We are having these attacks. Either we can brute force this, or if we have this router as the WPS, then we can do the WPS slaughter attack. I am going to choose the very first attack, that is fake AP hoster PD, and it is also the recommended attack. So when I will enter the one here, and now it is asking the handshake location. So we don't have the handshake, and we wanted to find out the handshake file as well. So I will hit enter to skip this step, and now it is saying handshake check. So we will try to capture the handshake. So for capturing the handshake, I would like to capture it with the aircrack-ng. So I will enter the one, and now I will deauthenticate all the clients connected to the movie router. Okay, for that I will enter the one, and now they can see guys, it is disconnecting all the clients connected to the movie router. and let me show you onto the screen as well. And you can see guys, and I am not connected to the movie, and whenever I will try to connect to the movie router, it will not let me connect to that particular router, because here it is sending the deauthentication packets to the movie. Okay, so once we will gonna press the Control C here, it will stop sending the deauthentication packets. Alright, so now my phone will try to connect to the movie router, and you can see we have got the WPA handshake here. So we can press the Control C here. What I will do is I will press the 1 to check the handshake, and I will choose the 1 as the web interface, and I will choose the 1 as the English language. Okay, so now it will create a fake AP, and that AP will be of the movie itself. And you can see guys, these are some other windows has been opened up, and right now my mobile is connected to the movie. Okay, now it will send the deauthentication packet to the movie. Okay, so they can see guys, we have got one more movie router here. Okay, and it will start disconnecting that movie router. Now when I will tap on the movie, they can see guys, they can see the changes here. Now I am connected to the fake AP, and they can see there is one client connected to the fake AP, and the client name is Redmi. Okay, now it is asking me to enter the password. Now what the victim will think, he will gonna think that for some reason it is asking the password of my router. It means my mobile is acting as a victim. Okay, so I will enter that password here, click on submit, and when I will do that, they can see your connection will be restored in a few seconds. And they can see guys, meanwhile it has captured that password, and we have got the password over our screen. And they can see it has created a file onto the root directory, and the file name is moviepassword.txt. So we can check out this file as well. So press the tab here, and you can see we have got the password as 8447443, and the channel number is 11, and the security was WPA2. So this is how we can hack the WPA and WPA2 Wi-Fi routers. But the thing is, we should be able to capture the handshake file. And here for the demonstration purpose, I was using my Android mobile phone as the victim client. And once you have got that handshake, then the second step is the client should enter that password into the prompt which will appear on the mobile phone. Okay, so once you will be able to complete those two steps, or the victim will be able to enter that password into that password box, you will be able to get the password. And this is how we can hack the WPA and WPA2 routers with the fluxion attacks. So thanks for watching guys, and I hope you guys like this video. And thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. And in this tutorial I am going to tell you that how you can install the linset tool into your Kali Linux 2.0, Kali Linux 2016.1, Kali Linux 2016.2. So here I'm using the Kali Linux 2.0 onto my laptop. So this is going to be the third video on hacking of WPA and WPA2 Wi-Fi routers. In the previous two videos I have told you about the fluxion tool and the WIFI-Phisher tool. Actually the fluxion tool is quite same as the linset tool. So in this video I will only tell you that how you can install the linset tool into your Kali Linux, and rest of the things are same as the fluxion tool. So let's open up our browser, and these are the three repositories given in here. And the original creator of the fluxion tool is the VK496, and the original version of the linset tool is in the Spanish language. So if you need the linset tool in the Spanish language, then you can simply clone this repository. Or if you need the linset version for Kali Linux 2.0 in English language, then you can simply clone this particular repository. Okay. Or if you need the linset tool for the Kali Linux 2.0, Kali Linux 2016.1 and Kali Linux 2016.2, then you need to simply clone this repository. Okay, so these are the three different versions of linset. Since I am having the Kali Linux 2.0, so I will simply clone this particular version of linset. Okay, so let me just copy this git repository. So I'll simply type in here git clone and paste the repository. Now this version is for the Kali Linux 2.0. Now it will gonna take some time do the ls here. Now the linset directory will be created onto the root directory, and they can see guys, get into this directory, do the ls here. Now the two files are present into the linset directory. Now what you need to do is you need to simply type in here chmod +x. Now you need to give the execute permission to both of the files. First one is the airmon and second one is the linset. So I will make the use of command called chmod +x, that is change mode to the execution mode, and do the ls here. Now the both files color has been green, it means they have been given the execute permission. Now I will simply type in here linset to check if my tool is working or not. And alright guys, so now they can see guys, my tool is working and rest of the things are like the fluxion tool. So I would recommend you to watch that particular video because the linset tool is quite same as the fluxion tool. Now I will tell you that how you can install linset tool into your Kali Linux 2016.1 or Kali Linux 2016.2. Okay, so this version for the Kali Linux 2016.1 and Kali Linux 2016.2, and this is the English language version. Okay, now I'll simply hit enter and now it will gonna clone the data into this particular directory. Okay, now do the ls here, and now another directory has been created and that directory is linset mb. Press the tab key, hit enter, do the ls here, clear off the screen, do the ls again. And now guys, we have two files here. First one is the airmon and second one is the linset mb1-2.sh. Now we need to give the execute permission to both of the files. So for that I am going to make the use of chmod +x, airmon and linset 1-2.sh. Now hit enter. Now they can see linset is not a directory. Okay, so I just forget to put the mv here. Hit enter. Now the execute permission has been given to the both of the files. They can see the green color as well. Now let me run this particular file, that is linset mb.sh. Copy the name of the file, use the .n/, and paste the name of the file and hit enter. And now we will gonna see if it will gonna work into our Kali Linux or not. Okay guys, so they can see select the Wi-Fi device interface to employ. Okay, this is how we can install the linset tool in Kali Linux 2.0 and the second version on the Kali Linux 2016.2 or in the Kali Linux 2016.1 as well. Yo, what is going on guys? My name is Parvinder from PNP Tutorials and you are watching the PNP Tutorials channel. And today's tutorial is about hacking the WPA and WPA2 routers with the WIFI-Phisher tool. So WIFI-Phisher tool is not a new tool, you already know that, but I just want to show you the comparison between the WIFI-Phisher and the fluxion tool. Last video was about how you can hack the WPA and WPA2 routers with the fluxion tool, and many guys were commenting in the comment box that fluxion tool is same as the WIFI-Phisher. So for those guys, I just want to give you a difference and I just want to show you the difference between the both tool. First of all, I would like to mention that here I am using the two Wi-Fi adapters. First one is the inbuilt Wi-Fi chipset into my laptop and second one is the external USB Wi-Fi adapter of Alpha. Because for the WIFI-Phisher to be able to work, we need the two Wi-Fi adapters, and I'm having the two Wi-Fi adapters for this video. Let's install the WIFI-Phisher tool because WIFI-Phisher tool is not pre-installed in the Kali Linux 2.0. So for that I have the repository and the link is given in the description area as usual, and just click on this link and when you will be redirected onto this page, then simply click on clone or download and copy the link here. Okay, so we need to clone this link and you should have a working internet connection, and here I'm using the command called git clone. Okay, so I will hit enter and it will gonna take some time depending on your internet connection speed. So they can see a WIFI-Phisher directory will be created onto the root directory, so it will gonna take some time guys. Alright, now the 35% done and 100% done. Now what we will gonna do is we will gonna simply type in your ls and we will see the directory created over here, and the directory name must be the WIFI-Phisher. Okay, so the WIFI-Phisher, we will get into this directory, do the ls here, and now guys they can see that we have few files over here, and if you will go onto that link, then you can see the installation instruction and the usage instructions as well. So for installing that tool, all you need to do is to just copy this command, that is python setup.py install. Okay, so I will simply type in here python setup.py install and hit enter. Okay, so the Wi-Fi-Phisher has been completely installed into our Kali Linux. Now what I'm going to do is I will simply type in yes Wi-Fi-Phisher. So one more time, I want to tell you guys that if you want this tool to be able to work, you need the two Wi-Fi adapter. Okay, so both Wi-Fi adapters should support the access point mode and the monitor mode. Okay, so hit enter, and they can see guys, this is the difference. That is WLAN 1 interface for the deauthentication attack. Okay, and WLAN 0 interface will create a RUG access point. Okay, let me show you. iwconfig. Okay, so my WLAN 0 is on the managed mode and WLAN 1 is also on the managed mode. Okay, so here it is the bug in the Wi-Fi-Phisher, so it will not gonna work with the first time. Okay, so press the Ctrl C and then do the Wi-Fi-Phisher again. Now it will show the routers to create the clone and all. So I will simply press the Ctrl C, and these are the routers around me. Okay, so I will choose the AP number. I would like to make the clone of Bonafide, so for that I will choose number 2. And now what it will gonna do is it will show the available phishing scenarios. Okay, so these are the 4 scenarios, these are the 4 kind of attack which we can perform with this tool. Okay, so first one is the browser connection reset. So I have choose the Bonafide as my target AP. So what it will gonna do is, once I will press the 1 here, then it will create the fake AP of the Bonafide, and it will disconnect all the clients connected to the original Bonafide. So the clients which were connected to the original Bonafide will be connected to my fake access point, and once they will be browsing on their browser, then they will see this page that your browser connection has been reset. You need to enter the WPA password to continue. Okay, so how it is different from the fluxion tool? Because in the fluxion tool we were capturing the handshake. Okay, and when we were performing the fake AP attack, then the people used to enter the password, and that password was checked by the handshake if that password is right or wrong. But here we are not capturing any handshake, so when the victim will enter the password, that password will be not checked. Okay, so if he will enter the wrong password in that password box, we will see that wrong password as well. So accuracy of this tool is less than the fluxion tool. Okay, so let's choose these scenarios. Okay, so I am going to choose the browser connection reset as my first attack. Press the 1 here. Now they can see guys, selecting browser connection reset template and starting the fake access point. Now it will gonna create the clone of Bonafide router. Okay, so let me just turn on the screen recorder of my mobile phone so that I can let you see that clone router on my mobile phone. Alright guys, so now I have made the clone of the Bonafide router. So let's try to connect to the Bonafide router, and here my mobile phone is acting as the victim. So your connection has been reset. I have got this message, so I have to enter this password at this time. So here I'm entering a fake password and I don't know the right password of the Bonafide, and when I will click on submit, then it will show that password right onto the screen. So what is the difference between the Wi-Fi-Phisher and the fluxion tool? In the fluxion tool, when the user was entering some password, then that password was checked with the handshake file. But in the Wi-Fi-Phisher, there is no handshake captured here. If the victim will enter the wrong password, then that password will not be checked with any handshake. So we might be able to get the wrong password as well, like in this case we had got. Okay, so let's try to run the Wi-Fi-Phisher again to check the second attack, and this time we are going to choose the second attack and make the clone of the Bonafide router. So let's press the 2 here, and this time we are going to choose the second option, that is the firmware upgrade page. So when the victim will connect to my fake access point, then he will be redirected onto this page, and it will ask the victim to enter the WPA key, upgrade your firmware. Okay, so I will enter the 2 here, and now it is selecting the firmware upgrade page template, and then it is starting the fake access point as well. So here I'll simply move to my Wi-Fi settings, and then I will act as a victim and I will try to connect to the bona fide, and now it has made some response. Okay, so let's try to browse on to the google.com. Okay, and this time we have got this thing, that is firmware upgrade page. Okay, so this router must be the D-Link, that is bona fide. Okay, so I'll simply click on I agree with terms and conditions, and I will enter the pre-shared key, and again I will enter the fake key because I don't know the password of the bona fide. Right now my Android mobile phone is acting as the victim. Okay, so when I will click on start upgrade, and it will get the key here. Okay guys, so this was the second way to get the key of the WPA and WPA2 routers via fake access point. So let's try to run the Wi-Fi-Phisher again. We will see the third option, and this time we are going to choose the new router, and this time it is going to be the Ninja. So let's choose the Ninja. So press the 3 here, and this time it will ask the browser plugin update. Okay, so generic browser plugin update page that can be used to serve the payload to the victim. So what it will gonna do is it will gonna create a fake access point, and then it will gonna create a browser plugin update page, and we can serve the payload as well. So if we know that the victim router has the Android mobile phone connected to it, then we can serve the Android payload as well. So I'll simply choose the 3 here, and now it is asking me the payload path. Okay, so I have created a payload here, and that payload is the update extension.apk. So I will simply copy the name of the file, and if you don't know how to create the payload, then watch my Metasploit series, which will be onto my channel in the playlist section. So simply give the path, and that file is present onto the root directory. So I'll simply enter the root and the file name and hit enter, and now it is saying that using this file as a payload and is starting the fake access point. And right now my mobile phone is connected to the movie router, and this time we have got the clone of the Ninja router. Okay, so I will simply choose the Ninja, and now it will gonna redirect me on to a web page, and that web page is update your plugins. Okay, so I will click on the update now. Your browser plugin are severely out of date. What the heck it is doing? I don't know. So when I'm clicking on the update now, it is not downloading any payload here. I don't know what is the reason. Let's try to run the fourth attack, and this time we are going to make the clone of the Daisy Yadav. Okay, so let's try to put the 4 here, and this time we are going to make the fake access point named as Daisy Yadav, and when someone will connect to that fake access point, it will ask the Facebook username and password to continue to the internet. This is something serious guys, and I don't want you to perform this attack in public because this could create a severe problem for you, and this is the warning for you guys. And if you want to do the penetration testing, then you can use this attack. And here I'm not supporting any black hat hacking. Okay, so it is a request to the YouTube as well, because it is just an educational video, so please don't try to flag my video. Let's run this attack. So it is starting the fake access point, and it will gonna create the clone of the Daisy Yadav. Okay, and let's go to onto my Android mobile phone, and the clone of the Daisy Yadav has been connected, and all the client connected to the Daisy Yadav will be deauthenticated by the Alpha USB Wi-Fi adapter, and they will not be able to see their original router, and mine router will be shown to them, and they will try to connect to the Daisy Yadav. And now it will gonna redirect me on to the next page, and this page is get connected to the internet for free, a simple no frills Wi-Fi services. Now it is saying that log in into your Facebook page to continue to the internet. So here I'm using my email ID, okay, and a fake password for connecting to the Facebook, and when I will click on login, it will again show me that screen, but the password will be appear onto the screen. Here I am not hacking anyone, it is just my mobile phone for the demonstration. Okay, so these were the 4 attacks which you can perform with the Wi-Fi-Phisher. And here I just want to say one thing, that Wi-Fi-Phisher is not that accurate because it do not cross check the information entered by the victim. Okay, if victim will be entering the wrong information, then we will be able to capture only the wrong information. Okay, so this was the total difference between the Wi-Fi-Phisher and the fluxion tool.
And in this video we are going to talk about how we can crack the Wi-Fi password 40 times faster.
So these are the password cracking steps. First off, we need to install the Kali Linux. I've already uploaded a video around it, and you guys already know that how you can enable the monitor mode. Third step would be to start the sniffing, and fourth step will be to capture the handshake. Now there are two types of handshake, active handshake or the passive handshake. We will try to perform the passive one. So now let's head over to our Kali Linux. We have only this one Wi-Fi adapter WLAN 0. I want to enable the monitor mode. I will use this command airmon ng start WLAN 0. Now as you can see, we have WLAN 0 mon, which is on the monitor mode. Now I will start the sniffing process. For that I'll use a command called airmon WLAN 0 mon, and here you can see I have a Wi-Fi router HRIDAEXT. I want to attack on it. I'll press Ctrl C. Here you can see, guys, I have used a command called airmon where the BSS ID is the MAC address of the router and the channel is the channel number where it is operating, and I am writing that handshake into a handshake-ext file, and I've also specified the WLAN 0 mon as the monitor mode. Now I will hit enter and I will wait for someone to connect to this router, the existing people who are using this router. Let's say I have this mobile phone, I want to connect to that router, okay? Now as soon as I will connect to this router, you can see there is a note section and there is EAPOL, which means you have got the handshake. Now I will press the Ctrl C, and now that handshake file will be returned into the handshake-ext-01.cap. Now we will convert this file into HC22000 format, which is compatible with Hashcat version. So here is the link to convert the .cap file into HC22000 format. All you have to do is to just upload that file over here and click on the convert. As soon as you click on convert, you will get a download link. You can click on that, you can download that one. And second step would be to install the Hashcat. You don't have to install it necessarily, you just have to extract it somewhere on your desktop. I am using the Hashcat of Windows. You can also use the Hashcat of Kali Linux. The reason why I'm using it on Windows is because I want to completely use the processor and the GPU of my CPU, which is not possible to use it in the VMware. That's the reason why I'm using the Windows Hashcat rather than using the Kali Linux Hashcat. As you can see here, guys, I am using a command called hashcat.exe where the mode is 22000 and wireless which we are using is 3, and here I have specified the HC22000 which is your handshake file, and this one is the wordlist file. So this file is of 11 characters and it does contain around 40 lakhs password. So I will hit enter and you will check on the speed. As you can see here, guys, the passwords in this file are 4194,305 and it has cracked the password. Password is this, and look at the speed, guys. It is checking 1,65,000 keys per second, which means it has taken around only 15 seconds to crack the password from this word list. When we were cracking the password in Kali Linux, which was installed in the VMware, the password cracking speed was 5000 keys per second, and this is almost 35 to 40 times faster when we do it on the Windows with a good GPU and a good CPU. I have an important announcement to make. I have started a YouTube Shorts channel where I'm making the ethical hacking videos in Hindi. You can check that out too. The link is given in the description below. Thank you guys for watching this video. I will see you in the next one. Hey, what's up guys, my name is Pavinder from PNP Tutorials and you're watching the PNP Tutorials channel, and in this video we are going to talk about how we can crack the password of WPA2 5 GHz Wi-Fi routers. So far we have created a couple of videos where we have talked about what is eval to an attack and how we can capture the password using the eval to an attack. But all of those attacks were performed on the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi routers. In this video we are going to cover it for 5 GHz Wi-Fi router. Before we go ahead, we have installed the Kali Linux 2024.2 onto our VMware workstation. If you don't know how to install it, then the installation video is given in the description below. Now the first thing that we need to figure out is we need a USB Wi-Fi adapter that should be capable of transmitting the signals on 5 GHz, and it should also be capable of going into the monitor mode. I have one USB Wi-Fi adapter. The name of that Wi-Fi adapter is Panda PAU09, which is an affordable option as compared to Alpha Networks USB adapter. I will give the link of that USB adapter in the description area. Before we go ahead in the video, I just want to let you know that I am using my own router for the demonstration purposes. I'm not hacking and harming anyone while making this video. So I don't recommend you guys to perform this attack on any router which you don't own. Let's say if you have just recently bought a USB adapter, then how you can actually check if your USB adapter supports the monitor mode and it also supports the 5 GHz frequency. For that, what you will have to do is you will have to type in a command called iwlist wlen0 frequency, where wlen0 is my interface. You could probably have wlen1 or wlen2 if you have more than one USB adapter connected to your VMware. Enter your password, and here you can see, guys, I have all those available frequencies where there are so many 2.4 GHz frequency, and we also have 5 GHz frequency, which means this USB adapter can transmit and receive the signals on 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz as well. Now I think it should be on the monitor mode. Let me just verify it with the IW command, and here you can see, guys, wlen0 mon is there. Now if you want to check 5 GHz Wi-Fi routers, then you have to enter a command called sudo aircrack-ng, and you also have to specify the band, and the band would be A, followed by the monitor mode interface wlen0 mon. Let's hit enter. Here is my mobile phone, and I have set up a network name as testap5g, which is running on WPA2 personal security, and it is only transmitting its signal on the 5 GHz. If I will be able to see the test AP into my aircrack-ng, then in that case my monitor mode will be working perfectly along with the 5 GHz frequency search. So here you can see, guys, this is my test AP5G. So I'm gonna press Ctrl C over here. Now I want to capture the handshake of this Wi-Fi router. For that, what I'll do is I'll quickly run a scan on this router. Here I've written a command called aircrack-ng, where I'm specifying the BSS ID is the MAC address of the Wi-Fi router which I want to attack on. So here is the MAC address, and the channel is 157, and I'm writing the handshake into the test AP handshake 5G, and I also need to specify the monitor mode interface, and that is wlen0 mon. So I'll hit enter on it, and I will wait for someone to connect to this Wi-Fi router. I'm trying to connect my iPhone to this Wi-Fi router so that I could capture the handshake. I have clicked on join, and as you can see, guys, we have got the WPA handshake as well. Now I'll press Ctrl C. Now we need to use this file to crack the password, and here I have the 11 characters word list. So I'm gonna run the aircrack-ng attack. Here you can see, guys, I've used a command called aircrack-ng, and here I need to specify the name of the handshake which we have captured for that 5G router, and now we need to specify the word list with -w, and I have created a custom word list with 11 characters cracking the password of this Wi-Fi router. So hit enter on it. As you can see, guys, aircrack-ng is cracking 7,500 keys per second. I'm using this Kali Linux in the virtual machine, so the cracking process is slow, and I think this word list was having 41 lakh password, so it will eventually take some time to crack the password. And as you can see, guys, we have been able to crack the password, and the password is router at 123 hash. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you like the video, then give it a big thumbs up, and if you are new to this channel, then don't forget to subscribe it. I will see you in the next one. Thank you guys for watching the complete Wi-Fi hacking course. If you guys liked the video, then give it a big thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, then don't forget to subscribe the channel for more upcoming videos. I have many other courses in pipeline that I will put over here on YouTube for free of cost. And if you think you have learned something from this video, then I will request you for some donation. My PayPal link is given in the description below, and it must be flashing on my screen as well. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys liked it.